Game of the day. Cloudio versus Bruntracer. Adder versus Adder.
Welcome back to the channel, folks. Semi-original guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advance Wars by Web, bringing you another lively game of the day. Today, folks, we are playing on End of Entropy Continued. This is a standard matchup, mixed base, quadruple base, airport, and comm tower supported matchup, folks. We got Cloudio and Bruntracer as our players today, playing the good old-fashioned Adder Mirror on this map, folks. Now, I assume that this is just the normal End of Entropy map with just some minor changes. I don't know what the changes are. I'm not going to figure it out. We're just going to see what happens here, folks. But if we take a look at the map, we see that we have a strong side versus weak side dynamic here, but mixed base is always a little bit weird when it comes to strong side and weak side dynamic, mainly because these two bases could potentially congregate together to fight this base over here, plus the airport going over here. So potentially this could be two bases versus two base and an airport. On the other hand, this base could potentially go down here and it's responsible for helping out this section over here. The corner base has a choice. It could attack the two base side, or it could go down here and put pressure on the one base side. And in addition to that, you could have infantry and mechs go over the mountains and the forests and the rivers in the middle of the map and strike at the opponent's base over here as well. So there is a lot of things that could potentially happen on this map, folks. Another thing that could potentially happen on this map is you have the two base side go in and assaulting the laboratory, potentially resulting in the capture of a laboratory there. And in addition to that, you could have this base going over here and attacking the lab over here. So there are multiple ways to win this battle, folks, whether it's going to be a base trade or an HQ rush. You never know what's going to happen, folks. But one thing that I have seen quite common on this map is these corner bases over here and over here tend to get overrun eventually, making this more of a left versus right scenario. So, are we going to be seeing any of that happen on this map? I'm not sure, folks. I haven't actually watched this game, but this one was suggested by Red Flower in the official Advance by Web Discord, folks. So, if you have games that you want to submit to me, or you see games that are really good, you can always send me a message or ping me on the Advance by Web Discord, or join my Discord below. Link in the description. You can join there and join my wonderful crew of based individuals. So without further ado, folks, let's go ahead and see what went down in the Live League today. Beautiful, folks, beautiful. Absolutely banger of a theme, folks. And the one wonderful thing to go along with a banger of a theme is standard infantry builds, because you got to get the infantry on the field, folks. It's the number one priority in Advance Wars by Web. Number two priority in Advance Wars by Web, folks. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for all that hot live league action, folks. And we are off to the races as the infantry are rushing forward to grab multiple properties here. Now, as per usual, we are just going to be skipping through the first couple turns here, mainly because this is going to be a very long game, folks. It's going to be a very long game indeed. We are going to see what happens, but one thing I can tell you is we're going to be here for a long time and a good time, folks. Alrighty. Ooh, folks, we got the first vehicle on the map here, folks. We got the Recon. Very interesting Recon indeed. So whether or not this Recon is going to be putting pressure on this base over here or putting pressure on this base over here, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen, folks. But this is a very interesting time to build a Recon because the opponent, Cloudio, I'm going to call him Cloudio, because it sounds like a rodeo in the sky. Alrighty, folks, so he's only got 9,000 funds. 9,000 funds, you can't effectively build a tank on a 4-base map, because the tank costs 7,000, folks. 7,000 plus 3,000, that's 10,000. If you want to build out of every single base, you're going to need 10,000 funds if you want to build a tank. So definitely going to be needing one more property here, folks. But multiple properties are being captured at the moment, and we have another recon. Cloudio, the rodeo in the sky, he's got the recon, folks. Interesting position for the recon, folks, because the recon is now built on opposite sides of both maps here, both opposing armies. So if blue is to build the recon, it would have been right here for it to be mirrored, but it's not. So we're going to see if that plays a little factor later on in the game or not. Personally, not really too sure. Depends on what your choice for the recon really is. If you want the recon to go over here, build it from over here. If you want the recon to go over here, build it from over here. That's it. That's it. That's all, folks. That's really all there is to it. You just, yeah. Oh, we got a mech. Cool. Alrighty, folks. We got a mech. Very nice. Oh, my God. He's going for the flipping capture already, folks. He is going for the capture already. Maybe a little bit of an adventurous capture, but the one thing that is very interesting about this capture, and maybe it's not necessarily the best thing ever, folks, but the one thing that is going to do is going to force the interrupt over here. So a forced interrupt over here means that Cloudio will actually acquire this city right here unless Brun is willing to lose the lab. Now, he could potentially lose the lab and just double down on protecting this lab for the time being. Most likely will be able to capture this lab back with a little bit of effort, but yeah, you know, is what it is. So either way, if he goes and interrupts this property, he loses an infantry. If he goes and interrupts this property, well, he might lose an infantry, but probably not, because I wouldn't really advise going in with all these guys fighting into base range here, because the infantry are just going to be able to pummel that guy into oblivion, and then nothing's going to happen here, folks. But that was a beautiful snipe right there over here from Brun. Very well played indeed. And the mechs are just moving in. Doesn't even go and interrupt either of the properties. He's allowing the lab to be capped. Okay. You know what? It's not necessarily the worst move, because you just lose units if you go and interrupt them, and most likely your opponent's going to be able to capture them anyway. So maybe playing the long game, playing the defensive game might be the strategy here, folks. But if this does occur, then Brun definitely has to double down on defending the lab down south, because that is definitely an issue, folks. Especially with the tank coming now. If he builds another tank here, oh, and you know what? If Cloudio builds an artillery, puts the artillery on the city, that locks down the lab long term. I probably wouldn't want to push up too far over here, but yeah. Yeah, long-term lock, that could be pretty good. Alright, Brun's got a mech, got a tank on the field, got an interrupt over here, got another interrupt. Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful interrupts over here. Nice. Not too bad. Don't know what's going on there, but whatever. It is what it is, folks. It is what it is. What it is Advanced by way of Live League. Alright. Doesn't go for the interrupt over here. Doesn't necessarily have to go for the interrupt, but I kind of like the idea of going for the interrupt at this point, because Cloudio is going to get a lot of income. He probably doesn't want to push the recon over here anyways. He probably would just bring the recon back anyways, but if the recon is going to attack over here, it's got to go over this. But there is this infantry over here that could potentially go up and attack if he goes and attacks, but I mean, denying income, I mean, short term might not be the worst thing. That was a big flipping hit over there. Wow. Wow, that was a solid hit right here. Don't really like that attack too much. Not really any defenses. I probably would like to put the infantry like here. Putting the infantry here would at least block the big tank's attack and the follow-up tank's attack. So that might not be too bad of an idea, but you know, once again, is what it is, folks. Got some big old attacks here. If he doesn't build a tank here, I think he's kind of in trouble. Wow, I can build units. Beautiful. That's cool. The player ID does not match current user or current turn. Of course it doesn't, because I'm not playing the silly Advance Wars. Alrighty. Wow, attacks the All right. That's an adventurous hit. I probably would have just set on the city or started capturing the city. Then he moves in and attacks, and you counterattack, and it's basically an even trade at that point. Day 7. Only day 7. Wow. All right. Yeah, so that's what I was afraid was going to happen here. But in all reality, like, you know what he could have did? Brun could have just attacked right here with the full HP. And then followed up with the 5 and got the clear, builds another tank. Then if this tank comes down and attacks, he's just going to be dealing with more tanks over here. So I think could have cleared that tank for sure. But, you know, whatever. And there's this tank right here too. So yeah, I would have definitely gone in for the double up here. And we got the classiest unit. In advance was by Web, folks. The classy medium tank has joined the battle. On day 7. Day 7, classy medium tank. Wow. Got a battlecopter over here from Cloudio as well. Battlecopter is pretty effective on this map, especially if you get them over into the middle. You can have yourself a jolly frickin' time. Jolly flipping time, that's for sure. Okay, so that's threatening, basically threatening mate right there, folks. If he gets the capture, that is game over, so gotta be watching out for that one. Would like to see more defenses over here, though. This is gonna be easily broken. So, and maybe another defense over there would be nice if you're going to go in for the lab capture, because there's definitely a clear here. I mean, you go in, you clear the infantry, you attack the tank, and then you interrupt. And even with side slip right now, you can interrupt. So yeah, I think we're going to be seeing some slide slip action over here, folks. Oh my god, the classiest unit in advance was just flipping rushed up there and just completely obliterated that anti-air. That was very poor positioning over here from Cloudio. Very unfortunate indeed. But it looks like we're going to have a full clear. Oh, no, not a full clear. Just going to be going for the old sixer right there. You know what? This could be incredibly risky. Actually, like, not even lying. This could be, like, super risky. Oh, that's super risky. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I think this could be over. Actually, you know what? I think there's definitely some potential here for this to be over. Now, let me see if I can kind of figure this one out here, folks. So we're going to have a co-power. Now, if we have a super co-power, that's even better. But I think a normal co-power will do it. But essentially, so I think we go in over here, right? Okay, so we got this 9 HP. So what it really comes down to is it comes down to how much damage this is going to do. So, oh, he's going to get, okay, so he needs 6. So this is 10, right? Okay. That's not what we're dealing with. We're going to be dealing with a full HP tank, right? It's not going to have a co-power, and we are going to be dealing with a full HP infantry. So let's do that. And he's got power. Oh, no, he doesn't have power. This guy has power. 49 to 54. You know, what if it's at 9? No, this guy would still come over anyways. Okay, so there's a very small chance that this could potentially be game ending right here. Now, it's very small indeed. But essentially, what really needs to happen is this guy need to rush up here, attack this. This guy would come over here, block here. This guy joins here. This guy blocks over here. And then maybe it might work out because this tile would be blocked with a nearly full. This guy would be blocked with a full. This guy would be blocked over here. This guy would be joined. So that would be blocked. That would be blocked. This would be blocked. And then this would just have to survive with 6 HP, which could happen. It could happen. But I don't know if I'd be willing to risk the entire game on such a move. So we'll see, folks. We'll see. We got the side slip. Now let's see if he goes for it. Because it is actually a pretty nice block. And it really just depends on if the roll goes through, right? Okay, so could potentially, maybe, I don't know, let's see. Goes for the capture, goes for the block, goes for the attack. But the issue now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's a 2-shot on this. So this and this can 2-shot this right here. Then infantry plus 5 HP should maybe clear this. So, unfortunately, I think that's not going to work. But, you know, the heart is there, folks. The heart is there. Over on day 9, let's see what happens here. He's going to go in for the... Okay. So we got the roll for the interrupt, so it is what it is. Now, this could have been much worse, though, in all reality, because he could have cleared this tank and could have did significant damage to this over here. So, I'm getting considering that this tank survives. At least he gets to survive, but he's facing down the classiest unit in Advance Wars right now, folks. Alright, anti-air's rushing up, battlecopter's looking good. Let's see what happens here. Could go for the... I mean, he could still go for the capture. He could still potentially block, I don't know. So he can go here. Move the 4 HP infantry right here. But he doesn't have side slip anymore. So you know what? If he, okay. So I'm just speculating here quite a bit. So if he goes for a sack, right? All he really needs is just a little bit of power, like 3,000-ish, you know, he can find 3,000 power somewhere. You know, infantry attacks, maybe sack a copter. Or just attack this with the copter, that could definitely work too. But if he gets that, then maybe this is possible still. Because he has to block the medium tank. So he can block here. Blocks, actually with side slip he would block right here. He blocks here. He joins. He blocks here with the 4. He blocks here. It might work. Honestly, the infantry just has to survive, and he's going to have power again, so he's going to have that 10% defense, so definitely could be possible, but I don't think he's going to go for it. Yeah, that just seals the deal right there. Oh, wait, maybe not. So he puts the infantry right here. Oh, no, it still seals the deal, because this... yeah. It's just the fact that the medium tank can get the hit, so he's got to block. Alright, so he blocks. I still think it's... No, it's not going to work, unfortunately. Well, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We're in it for the long haul, folks. Day 10 already. Alright. So I've been ignoring everything else that's happening on the rest of the map here, but there's definitely a proxy fight going on here. Mostly infantry is what it is. Mostly stall over here. A little bit of stall over here. The main focus right now is literally just this right here. This is what everybody wants to see. This is what we are fighting for. This is what we are here for. So let's see if this capture goes through or not, folks. It is Bruntracer's turn. He is getting a co-power. That's what he's doing right now. Boom. Mid-turn co-power. Side slip. Sacks the infantry. Gets the tank strike. Gets the infantry strike with the tank. And that is the 2-hit right there. Unfortunate indeed. Very unfortunate indeed. So maybe if we set that up a little bit differently, could potentially work. But you know, this is the realm that we're living in now, folks. So it is what it is. Very nice. All right, so day 11. It's upon us. Alrighty, folks. Day 11. Now Cloudio is about to jump ahead right now in income because he is going to be able to get a capture right now. If he decides to capture that middle property, but. Okay, good. He's going to interrupt 2 caps up north. Definitely needed to happen. That's not a very good spot for that unit. It's not a very good spot for the unit. Maybe if we get the clear and then we block. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, you know, we get the clear with the tank. And then there's not really anything else to block, so I don't know. Let's throw away a copter. Oh, we don't get the clear. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. Alright, Bud continues the relentless assault. You'll love to see it, folks. Oh, that's so unfortunate for our good friend the copter. But the one good thing, though, is if the anti-air moves up here and attacks, you can build another copter. Smorts. Very smorts indeed. Alrighty, folks. And the one thing I really don't like about it, though, is the anti-air is going to be able to attack from the city, and that's like not the that's not the location you want an anti-air to be able to attack from. Lab is being capped, so now the threat of HQ capture is off of the table. It's off of the table right now, folks. It's not going to be happening. Bruntracer on day 14 already at 2 minutes. Oh my god, and he's out of time. It's out of time on day 12. Definitely had to think about those HQ capture turns here, folks. Cloudio, 9 minutes and 32 seconds on the clock. Battlecopter doing work against the classiest unit in Advanced Wars right now. Getting another attack, but doesn't get the full clear. That is a flipped property, folks. These properties are going to be flipped, absolutely. Very unfortunate indeed. Another anti-air rushing down here, doing the dirty work right now. Where did that anti-air attack from? Oh, it attacked from right there, so we can't get the clear. Alright, that's the best spot for it. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, continuing on. Another battlecopter on the field, folks. Like I said, I mean, moved up there, so now you can build a battlecopter. Love to see it. Day 12 over here from our Orange Star friend, Mr. Cloudio. Oh, that is a savage attack on that tank. Oh, it's Brun's turn. Mr. Brun's turn. Oh, and the classiest unit's going over to get a heal. Beautiful. You love to see it, folks. Now, Cloudio should definitely go for the triple tap on the classiest unit in Advanced Wars, folks. You know, I hate to say it. I don't like to see a good medium tank go, folks, but if this medium tank doesn't go, Claudio's going to have a problem. So tank anti-air should definitely take care of that. Tank should probably take care of it, but we'll see. Sometimes the medium tanks get lucky, folks, but today was not a lucky day for our good friend the medium tank. It has been taken out. Full surround on the copter also. Beautiful play over here from Cloudio. You love to see that kind of stuff, folks. Very good awareness of the situation. A very beautiful tactic. And well executed. Well executed indeed. Alright, that gives you no heals, so that's not really a good spot for it. Putting it over here would be pretty good, but whatever. Is cool. No backup as well. Oh, except for the Battlecopter. Battlecopter is a good backup. Never mind. I like it. So 31 units to 24 units right now. Cloudio definitely in the driver's seat here and putting a lot of pressure on Bruntracer. Because Bruntracer's got no time. It's got absolutely no time to do anything right now. So let's see if he can figure out how to play this game in 2 minutes at a time. 2-minute increments to make your moves, folks. And one of the things that you can do is you can pop your Super Co-Power mid-turn just because, folks. Just because. Now let's see if this pays off for him or not. Because he doesn't really have a whole lot of units, but there is a little bit of potential here. So we'll see. We'll see what he manages to do with this move, folks. Oh, and it's for the mech. Beautiful. Get him out of there, folks. Would you just look at it? The Battlecopter escapes because of the hero mech with the Super Co-Power. Oh my god. What a madman. What a madman. Alright. Doesn't clear the mech. Clears the mech. Alright. Well, it was a hero mech. Absolute hero, absolute legend. Shout out in the comments to the mech, folks. He sacrificed himself, but he got a copter out. And at the end of the day, that's okay. And that's what I say. Alright. Doesn't get the clear on the infantry yet. Ooh. Very unfortunate. That's done. That is a done copter. 7 clears this. This guy moves in. Got to be a little bit more aware of the situation when you're dealing with copter movements when anti-airs are afoot, folks. Now, I don't know if Bruntracer is necessarily going to go for this move here, but I would definitely consider going for this move because clear infantry, you clear copter. I mean, it's not rocket appliances or anything, folks. It is just Advance Wars. So let's see if he goes for it or not. Still doing tons of damage over on the Western Front. Oh, he doesn't go for it. What? What? He goes for the tank clear instead. Yeah. I mean, the tank clear is fine. I guess maybe what Cloudio is thinking, or maybe what Brun is thinking is like he's thinking Sidewinder next turn, or side slip. Maybe side slipping up here and attacking the anti-air, but I mean 8,000 trade for 9,000 trade is still pretty good, all things considered. But I don't know. I don't know. You never know, folks. I mean, taking out the tank is still pretty good, though. And it does leave the anti-air in a position where it's not really under huge threat. But if Cloudio wants, he can still pop the power. And he can still get a hit on this with a 4 HP. Which is still pretty good. I mean, that's still pretty good, all things considered. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens, folks. Alright, got the mid-turn side slip once again, folks. Taking out one battlecopter. Taking out an infantry, going for the capture, getting the surround. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. I would very much really consider putting the tank right here. Now, mostly just because, once again, talking about anti-air damage over here. These two copters are under massive threat from the Sidewinder, or the side slip. Alright, you pop one side slip and both of these copters are done. So that's like 18,000 income, boom, gone down the drain, folks. Like food unfinished by a toddler, just sapping your bank account, folks. That's what it's all about. Oh, he gets the attack over here, though, so only one copter is gone. That's still one copter, though. I don't know if he's going to go for it, though, folks. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Pretty wild game so far, though. 28 to 21. Income's not really that much different. Like, Bruntracer is holding on to the income lead temporarily, folks, but Cloudio at 91,100 funds of total value for his army. Bruntracer only at 65,000. We'll be able to make a little bit of a difference here, folks. So, at the end of day 15, we're going to see where we're at. We're going to reevaluate the situation here and see what's going on. So this tank could actually clear this right here. Oh, a tank clears that, and then he still clears the copter. Yeah, no, that's 18,000 down the drain. No, don't attack it. Don't. No. It's not important. Clear this. Clear this because you got a big hit right here. Excuse me, folks. Holy macaroni and cheese. Talking is hard. I'm going to tell you, folks. I'm going to tell you, talking is hard. Whoo! Alrighty, folks. That is the end of that turn. We're out of time. We're out of time once again. Cloudio was 6 minutes and 29 seconds. 10 seconds off from the Rey Mysterio special, folks, but he's doing pretty good for time. Alrighty. Boom. Another attack on the anti-air. Almost gets the clear. Actually, I can see the appeal in doing that. I can definitely see the appeal in doing that attack. Now, it's kind of debatable, folks. It's very kind of debatable here. Personally, not that it might have really mattered all that much, but I probably would have just attacked this one and let this one heal up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because attacking this one, you take out this, and then your opponent wastes a little bit of funds actually healing this guy up, and this guy's probably just going to perish shortly after. So by doing this, you actually sap your opponent's funds a little bit as well, which is pretty nice in these sort of situations. Now, especially if you can get your opponent under the 22,000 fund mark. That way, They won't be able to buy triple tank plus infantry on these 4 base maps, folks, but we got the classiest unit in Advance Wars. Classy medium tank. It's made its appearance. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it, folks. There's a base skip over here, folks. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Double tap the infantry with the recons. And now things are getting absolutely terrifying. Like, absolutely terrifying. Cloudio threatening 2 caps. 2 caps over here being threatened. There's a huge presence over here of Bruntracer units. But the classiest unit in Advance Wars is holding the front over here, folks. It's big flippin' attack happening on this lone base side. I have no idea. I have no idea what's gonna happen, folks. Oh. Big old AA sacrifice. Going for the clear. Very nice. So the medium tank is alone. It's not the kind of place that a medium tank wants to be. Medium tank doesn't really want to be alone. Cloudio might have to build another medium tank, folks. It might have to be done. He might have to bust out another one of the classiest units in Advance Wars, because it's going to be very difficult for him to, you know, keep in the game over here with just 1 medium tank. Might need to bring a second one into the mix. Brings the anti-air into the mix. Anti-air is going to get double tapped next turn by these tanks. And that's going to be very unfortunate, because that's going to be a base lock. We are going to be seeing a base lock here, folks. Like, without a doubt, there's actually nothing that is going to stop this from base locking. Unfortunately, the classiest unit in Advance Wars cannot stop the threat that's about to happen here. So, Brun is going to get a base lock in the south corner of the map, folks. Will he be able to see it, though? That is the question. That is the big question. Let's see if he goes for it. So he attacks the classiest unit. Doesn't attack. Doesn't. Yeah, okay. So, no, that's not the way that we're supposed to do it. Okay, so if he brings the 9 HP tank in to block, then he's fine. Alrighty, folks. That is okay. But we could have did it and still had the tank push elsewhere, and that would have been okay. We got a base lock over here from Cloudio as well in the middle of the map, but that is going to be easily tapped out by the anti-air. Bust out a tank. Tank, I think, is probably the wrong play. I think we need the classiest tank in Advance Wars. But, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, folks. I've been saying we'll see way too much in this episode, because I honestly just don't know what is going to happen. Like, these players are just all over the map, launching attacks everywhere. It is extremely difficult to even find out where the attacks are going. Increment gaming is crazy, folks. Cloudio at 6 minutes and 9 seconds. Once again, 10 seconds off from the Rey Mysterio special. We are not going to be having any 619s here, folks. Unfortunately, it does not seem to be happening. And that's okay. That is fine, is what it is. This could potentially be a base lock. He's going for the tank hit instead, which is fine. I think we could have had a base lock up north too. I'm not going to go back and instant replay it or anything, folks, but I'm pretty sure that it was definitely possible to get a lock up north. But with co-powers up, you know, and the potential 2-hit combos with the 120% firepower that you have from the attack, or co-power, it probably wouldn't have held. At least temporarily, but we'll see. We'll see. It is now Bruntracer's turn over here on day 18. Attacks the infantry, attacks the recon, doesn't get the KO, and he builds the classiest units in Advance Wars by Web, the classy medium tank. Here to save the day, folks. Is it going to be able to save the day long term? Quite possibly, because there's not really any threat to the medium tank at the moment. There's no artillery up there. There's no other classy medium tank. There's not even really any battle copters up there. So, I think Cloudio is going to be forced to retreat this turn. Ooh, that's a smoked out battlecopter right there, folks. Whoa. Is that a full 8 movement or what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god. Beautiful. Bruntracer spots a beautiful anti-airhead. Now, honestly, some people might say, oh, why are you using your co-power, your super co-power, for just one attack? Well, I'll tell you, folks. It's so that you can take out a lone battlecopter. And sometimes that's all you need to do. Sidewinder has been popped over here, but unfortunately there is no way to stop the base abduction down south. But there is a way to do some damage to some fellow infantry along the way. Going for an additional capture, getting what? Oh, it doesn't 2-hit because of the extra defense, folks. So, I'm sure that the vast majority of the people watching this video probably know about defense mechanics in Advanced Wars by Web, but when you use a co-power, you do get an extra 10% defense on top of the terrain defense. So technically, anything that's sitting on a city right now does have 140% defense, which exceeds the threshold of a 2-hit combination of 120% firepower. It just does not happen, folks. But I'm not going to go into detail about that because a classy boy has been taken out, folks, and we really need to pour one out for our good boy. He was a good lad. Ladding it up all over the place. You know what? If we're not careful, folks, I need to check something here. Gotta go into the old game menu. We're gonna go into the info screen here, folks. Now, you can't really see too much here. Is it not info? It's not info. Is it view? No, it's not view. Is it stats? It's not stats. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's up here. What am I even doing? All right, so 32 properties need to be acquired in order to win this game by capture. 23,000 is currently owned by Bruntracer. That would be 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 28, 29. He's still got a long way to go. I don't think we're going to be seeing any, what do you call it? Any capture limit victories anytime soon. But the medium tank has been trapped. So medium tank is trapped, but I think 5 HP copter might clear this, and then this should clear this. Medium tank's probably going to get out. So I don't think he's got to worry about that. But if he goes for that attack, he does have to worry. Oh, wait, no, because this can attack here. So the capture probably still won't go through. Oh, my God, he gets a luck roll, folks. Beautiful luck roll. Leads to a base capture. Now, this is a little bit better than the last one here, because this one, it could be 2 tabs. It's going to be joined. Those guys are going to get cleared. Unless he builds something big over here, I mean, it's probably going to go through. So day 20, Bruntracer continues on with the attack. He does a double tap on the infantry down south. Properties are now being captured in the bottom corner of the map. And this, right now, is where you're going to see the unit count shift, substantially here. Because Bruntracer is down to 19 units. Cloudio at 27. But Cloudio is only going to be able to produce a maximum of 4 units every single turn now. And Bruntracer is going to be able to pump out potentially 5, 6, maybe 6. But one of his bases is being captured. So that does put a little bit of a damper on the plan here, but we'll see. Oh, and he attacks the medium tank. Oh my God. What an absolute savage. Sees the attack, plays the attack, goes in for it. You'll love to see it, folks. So Cloudio now ahead in funds. 26. Pops the mid-turn, side slip. These numbers are about to, they're not going to stay this high. They're definitely going to go down. Copter doesn't really need to block that position, but I think he's just keeping it out of range of the anti-air, so not really the worst thing. Although with a side slip right now, this is vulnerable again. Oh, double vulnerable. That's not going to go through. It's not going to go through. We didn't block it properly, unfortunately. Yeah, that's gonna break. That's gonna break, folks. I think it's gonna break. It's gonna be double tap too. So I don't know. No, we'll see if Bruntracer can see the attack or not. But there's definitely a way to break this. You know, classy boy hits here. If you pop the sidewinder, then anti-air moves in and attacks this. Copter backs it up. Double tap this guy. Take this guy out. Build another classy unit. And I think you'll be having yourself a pretty good time at that point. But we'll see if he goes in for that attack or not. So he's gonna attack there. Pops the side slip. Okay, so now he might potentially see the attack. I don't know if he's going to go for it. He's going to go for it. This is absolutely why would you not go for it. This guy's sitting at 2. You got to clear it. Boom. Gets cleared. Double tank. And unfortunately, that did not work out. No, I think we're not going to go back. We're not going to go back, folks, because we're just not. We're not going to do it. But I think there was definitely a better way of setting that up. Maybe using the the copter right here. Copter block and mountain. Prevent the 2-hit right there. I think that probably would have secured it. But either way, there's definitely potential for it to be just taken over next turn anyway. So here's what it is. Alright, just hammering. Just hammering the units over here, folks. Got a T-copter now. Alright, folks, it is day 22. Bruntracer. Bottom of the board. Gets another capture. 22 to 24. Cloudio ahead. Still. And another mid-turn side slip. Okay. This is like the Olympics of mid-turn side slips here. Who can pop the most mid-turn side slips in one game? I don't know. I wish I was keeping track, folks, but there's definitely a lot of them. I think almost every single one of them have been mid-turn side slips, actually. Or side winders. Alright, day 23. It's now Claudio's turn. 28,000 income to his name. But slowly losing the unit count, folks. Okay, so medium tank's gonna threaten the position up there, I think. No, it was a mid-turn side slip, so we don't have to worry about it. Now this is 5 movement right here. Yeah, medium tank's safe. That's a safe little medium tank. Alright, T-Copter getting a little bit of use up here. Not too shabby. Now, with 7 days left on the map, it really doesn't matter who is necessarily... actually, it is actually a dead even game once again, but Bruntracer is going to be able to capture a property. I think Cloudio really needs, at this moment, just to focus on getting a property somewhere and just holding on to some properties. If he can find a property to snag, that would be fantastic. That would be some chef's kiss stuff over there, folks. And I think probably the top right corner is the way to do it, because it is the most unguarded area. And you could easily, oh my god, yes, you could easily grab this right there. Grab 1 property, potentially even grab 2 properties. T-Copter just disappeared. I didn't even see what happened to the T-Copter. It's gone. Don't worry about it. There was never a T-Copter, folks. I'm telling you, it didn't even exist. All right. Yeah, definitely up here. This is where we got to go. This is where we got to go, folks. And we got to bring the battlecopter up. Use the battlecopter as a blocker. Grab one of these properties. Eliminate these infantry. That's it. That's all you got to do. Well, I mean, and you got to like... Oh, he captured the lab again. Very nice. So if he captured the lab, that means he's got 3 labs. 3 labs. So I guess he could still capture that one. Cloudio is technically ahead. Wait, where did that T-Copter come from? Where was it hiding? Oh my god, it was just there the whole time. Oh, I swear to god, folks. Sometimes I'm blind and I just don't know what's going on. Alright, start the cap. Okay, block this tile, then start the cap. Right? Block that tile with your infantry and then start the cap. Go for it. Block, start cap. Block. Not right there. Right here. Gotta block right here. This is where you gotta block, because that's where the threat is, right here. If he does manage to get a power of sorts, he could go in and interrupt. Right there. That's a nice blocking spot right there, though. I like it. More classy units on the field. That corner has just been completely taken out, folks. Another property being flipped is now Bruntracer's game. 2 more properties are being acquired. 3 properties now. Oh my god. Terrifying turn. Absolutely terrifying turn. There's going to be such an income flip here. Blocks the medium tank. Attacks the medium tank. Okay, block the infantry with the T-copter. No, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter these guys are here. This guy is here, and he's the big problem. The big cheese. Putting a lot of pressure on the top corner, though. But this is interruptible. This guy right here. Maybe if some of those units actually just took out this tank alone, that would have been probably okay. But got another interrupt here, but there's going to be so many flips here. Like, Brun is going to... I think he's going to be able to come ahead. No, it's an even game. It is an even game right now. Technically, it's an even game because of the lab. Because the lab has been captured, it's an even game. So technically, Bruntracer needs to capture 1 more property. Like those 2 properties right now that are being captured. That could potentially be it, folks. That could be the deciding factor. And it's day 25. Brun, like, I am honestly impressed right now by both of these players. Cloudio managing his time very well. Because to have 4 minutes left at the very end of the game, it's very nice. But Bruntracer has been playing on increments since like what, like day 12? And he's been holding it. He's been holding it together, folks. But we got a super. We have a beginning of the turn super this time. Not a mid-turn super, beginning of the turn. Let's see what he does with it. And we got ourselves a base lock, folks. Okay. Okay. I like what I'm seeing, folks. I like what I'm seeing. This is not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. And we got the classiest unit attacking an infantry. Boom, boom, boom. And we got the interrupt. Nice. Okay, that interrupt was clutch. Definitely needed to happen. More medium tanks on the field. Those also needed to happen because the number 3 priority in Advances by Web is making sure that you build some classy medium tanks. Otherwise, you're going to need some soap. And that's just the bottom line. Oh, and the 2 classy medium tanks take out the dignified normal tank. Very sad. You hate to see it go, folks, but in all reality, had to happen. Had to happen. Another potential flip, but Cloudio now behind. 6K. 6K. That's a lot of K. That is a lot of K indeed. He's going to get 1 property that flips it back a little bit, takes out the medium tank, and now we got flips. We got flips. Okay, this game, this flipping game, folks. Oh my god. 2 more double taps. Oh my god, just hold the properties. Hold the properties. Like both players, you gotta just hold the properties. Hold them. Do your best. This is day 27. We're gonna have a sidewinder. No? Okay, he's planning. He is planning right now to grab those properties. That's the point of these moves here, folks. How much more does this need? 6. Ooh. Ooh. Another property. Another property being flipped. Oh, Cloudio could really use a sidewinder right now. Or a side slip or something. Oh my god. He needs it. He needs it so bad right now. But once again, the income has been even. But the lab is still in possession of Cloudio, so he's ahead. He's beaten Bruntracer by 1 property right now. And there's at least going to be 1 more, maybe 2 more properties flipped up in the top corner. It is all going to come down to a couple properties here, folks. That is it. Who can yeet their army the best right now to hold on to these properties? Alright, we got the side slip. It takes out the infantry. Okay, so that's going to acquire the lab. It's going to acquire the lab. Okay, so if he acquires the lab, math is going to be a lot easier at that point. Ew, that is super unfortunate. How do we attack this? How do we get that property? I don't know if we can. Day 29, folks. Attacks the medium tank. Interrupts the capture. That's gotta happen. You gotta interrupt the capture. That is without a doubt. T-copter moving in to try to snipe the airport as well. That's definitely not gonna work, but I like the heart. I like the thought behind this. It's not too shabby. Oh, day 29, folks. It's Bruntracer's turn. Bruntracer's gonna acquire the lab. So that's gonna be the deciding factor right here for an even game lab-wise. Which means Brun is gonna be ahead by one property plus another property. And Claudio's not going to be able to flip the last two properties in time. No. Oh. Gross. I thought this was going to remain a very classy game, folks. And then the soiled abomination appears to ruin my day. Day 30. So if Cloudio managed to get these two captures one day sooner, he could have interrupted this, could have interrupted this. And that would have made it a 23-23 game. But he's one day too short. Now, the question here. So the infantry is right here. He doesn't go for the capture. I mean, he would have been able to capture one property, but it wouldn't have been enough. So he was going for the double in hopes that it was going to go to day 31, I guess. But unfortunately, folks, when it comes to the Live League is done after 30 days. So start of day 31. That is the end of the game. That is the end of the game. But Cloudio, at the very end of the match here, pulls ahead 32 units to 17 units, 140,000 value to 63,800. Definitely won the battle, but did not win the war today. Hopefully this soiled abomination does not get to hit anything. Alright, good enough. Good enough, folks. It didn't hit anything, it didn't do anything, it just came and started stinking up the place, and that's it. What an absolute banger of a match between these two players. Now, when this was suggested, somebody mentioned there was some wholesome comments, folks, so we're just going to take a look at the messages. From Cloudio to Bruntracer. Good game. Probably the most exciting Live League game I've ever had. Bruntracer replies, for me, the best game I've played so far. I'm sweating. Thanks so much. Such an exciting match. Good game. And see, this is the kind of sportsmanship that you like to see in Advance Wars, folks. Don't be sending no stinky threat mail to people or calling them out on stupid things. Be kind, folks, because kindness is free. And that's it. That is all. Hopefully you all enjoyed that one. And if you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel, folks. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. And bye-bye for now.